Hi, happy to see you. Crochet any interesting stuff lately? This is Auntie Nat's Crochet. Glad you choose this video. Allow me to teach you how to crochet lovely and cute stuffs. I have thousands of videos, so do subscribe to my channel. The subscribe button is at this corner over here. And do check out my other videos too. It will mean a lot to me. And today I'm gonna make a lovely Valentine couple, a cute couple. So the choice of color is totally up to you because it's not a specific character, a movie character, or whatever amigurumi character. This is just random couple, so you can just choose any color that you like. So I'm using milk cotton yarn, 5-ply milk cotton yarn, so it's all 5-ply milk cotton yarn. And I will be using a 3.5 mm hook. You will need lots of colors to make the couple more colorful, and maybe you will need some safety pin, tapestry needle. This is optional, and most important, you might need some stuffing, a bit of stuffing to stuff up the amigurumi. Okay, now let the fun begin. Okay, I'm going to do the boy first. The boy is gonna wear a blue pants. So I'm gonna start the bottom part of the body in blue. But if you're gonna make the girl who is wearing a skirt, I am going to do the whole thing in the same color. So I'm gonna do something like this, but this part here is in blue. Whereas for the girl, the whole thing is in this color, whichever color you choose for the skin. So now I'm gonna start with blue. So if you do not want to change color, you can just do the whole thing like this. Oh, start with a magic circle. You grab a yarn, curl it around your finger, make a cross like this, turn to the back, pull up a loop and make a knot. And now I'm gonna do 5 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 single crochet. And now you go to the first stitch. So if you do not know where is the first stitch, you can count back the V shape here. You can count back to find your first stitch. So I'm going to do increase in this row 2. Let me add a marker. So I'm going to do 2 single crochet into this, not only this first stitch, in every stitch. 2 single crochet in each stitch. This is also known as increase. So which means I'm doing 5 increase. I started with 5 single crochet and now I do 5 increase, which means I have 10 stitches in this row. And now I'm going to go to row 2. Row 2, I'm going to do 1 single crochet followed by an increase. So this is 1 single crochet, this is increase, 1 single crochet, increase. So you should do 5 sets of this. 1 single crochet, increase, now the last set. So all in, you should have 15 stitches. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 15 stitches. So now row 4. Oops, it got tangled. Oh my goodness. So row 4, I'm just going to do single crochet all around. Which means you should have 15 stitches as well. Oops. Oh, it got tangled again. So you should have 15 stitches as well. So it starts to curl. It will start to curl like this. So this is the lower part of the body. So now I'm going to change color. Change it to this color. My skin color is this. So you will have 2 ways of changing color. It's up to you. Because I'm going to make a shirt to cover this part here. So if you think it's a hassle to change color this way, you can just change color anyway. That is convenient to you. You can change color like this. I mean, like you just do single crochet all around with the new color like this, where you will have this kind of V-shaped thing if you do not mind. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is here, this blue here, I'm gonna pull it back inside here. Let me show you again. Your last stitch here, you just go to the next stitch and pull this loop over. Then I start to do my single crochet. So you just make a, you just pull this yarn over like a single crochet. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this blue yarn. I'm going to go to the next stitch. I'm going to pull up the blue yarn, but yarn over with the skin color. So you go in here, you're gonna pull up the blue yarn, you yarn over with the skin color. So it's a straight line. And later when I come back here, I join up here, it will still be a straight line. So if you are worried that this might come off, just tie these two tails together. That's what I do all the time. And just leave it inside the amigurumi. Let's tie a knot. So now let me show you again, especially for beginners. This working yarn, I'm going to curl around my finger. The bottom color, I'm just going to hold it with the other finger. So you pull up the blue yarn over the skin color. So you're gonna see a straight line like this. Make sure all this tail is hidden. And this part here, because the way I pull this, it will look like this. So for me, it's a good thing. It looks like a belt for the pants, because this looks totally different from the normal single crochet, right? So this looks like a belt, which is a good thing. Then you just go through like this. I normally would just hold it at the back. And this yarn is always very near here for me to kind of pull up a loop. And okay, the tail is just, because it's still too shallow to hide it inside. Let me see. Okay, I think I managed to. You see, every time when we pull, this will pull a bit, so pull back. Now this is the critical part, because when I changed color just now, what I did was I pull this over to this side. So now I want to count and see if I have 15 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, I already have 15. Did I make extra? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yep. So which means this one I shouldn't pull up a loop. I should just join with this stitch, with a slip stitch like this. So every row it's still 15 stitches. No doubt here you see like the stitch is kind of different. So in total, by right, your single crochet should go up to row 8. Means single crochet all around is until row 8. So here how I'm gonna count is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. These two joined together is actually row 5. So now I have to do until row 8 single crochet all around. This is the time you can cut your blue yarn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Because if this is wrong, the top part will be wrong. So now, cut the blue yarn, bring it to the inside and tie a knot and hide it inside. And try and hide all this inside as much as you can. And just do single crochet all around. Means you just do single crochet in both loops. Oops. Just do single crochet like this. Just a normal single crochet. It'll be slightly difficult here because this part here is kind of tight, kind of narrow because of the blue yarn just now when we pull. So this row will be a little bit difficult. So you add your marker and make sure you have 15 stitches as well. So I'll come back to you once I'm at row 8. So remember these two, this different part of blue here, the pattern, and this white is considered 1. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. So now I'm going to make 6, 7, 8, which is 3 more rows of skin color. Okay, let me just highlight to you, because the first stitch here I did a slip stitch when I joined this color to the first of this color. I did a slip stitch. So by the time I did my first single crochet, it's on the second stitch. So by the time I come back here, I only have 14 stitches. Even after I joined here, I would only have 14 stitches. So this last stitch here, I am going to do 2 single crochet to make up to that 15 stitches. So just make sure you have 15 stitches in these few rows, from row 4 until row 8. Make sure you have 15 stitches. If not, you can just add one more, like an increase. Just add one more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now I have 15 stitches. So after these 15 stitches, I can just go on single crochet all around, and I'm very sure I will have 15 stitches. The only crucial part is when we did a slip stitch to the first. But when we, just now when we pull the blue yarn over to the front, that method, it kind of helped. You see, it's all straight. It's all straight line here, except for this small tiny one. Instead of the normal way, when you do, it will go crooked. If you do the change color the normal way, because we're going in around, it will go this way. So you will see that this color goes around and it goes up. So I want it to be like this, so it's at least it looks way better. But anyway, tiny parts like this, even though you do not want to change color like this, I'm going to make a shirt for this amigurumi to wear. So you make sure the shirt is way long enough to cover this part. Then even though you change color like the normal way, without pulling the blue yarn and the other yarn, you can still cover it up. So now I'm going to do single crochet all around. Yeah, don't forget to add a marker. This is my first stitch. I'll come back to you once I'm at the end of row 8. And this is how it looked like at row 8. And this is how it looked like when you don't change color. So once I add this part here, it kind of cover that white at the bottom, that beige, that skin color at the bottom. So now you can count like normal from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is the 8th row. So now we're going to go to row 9. Row 9, I'm going to do decrease. I'm going to do 1 single crochet followed by a decrease. A decrease is a 2 together. I'm going to use the front loop and the front loop. Gonna yarn over 2 and yarn over 2. So this is a 2 together. I just make these 2 stitches become 1. So I'm going to do single crochet followed by a decrease. This is 1 set. You should have 10 sets of this. Single crochet, decrease, single crochet, decrease, or you can call it a 2 together. Single crochet and decrease. This is the last set. And row 10, I'm just going to do single crochet all around. So you should have 10 stitches, just like the row before. The row before we will have 10 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So here I'm going to stop for a while. I'm going to do the shoe and the leg because I like to sew before I add stuffing. So now it's easier to put my finger here to sew, unlike this one because I already have the head, so it'll be a little bit difficult because I forgot that I'm supposed to sew the leg. So I continue to make the head. Well, you can still put your finger here because when I sew, at least my finger is inside, it's easier to hold, and you just sew from the side here. So 2 of them will be sitting with the leg facing, so the leg will be in a sitting position. If you want, you can make it standing position, or if you have those I'm not sure what is it called, where you can actually make it turn. You can make your leg turn. Maybe you can also use you know, the safety eyes. You can actually put the safety eyes inside the leg so that you lock it on the inside, and the eyes is also inside the pants, so your pants, your leg can actually go sideways or go straight. I will try it out later and see how. It just came to my mind. I haven't yet tried, so let's give it a try. And now I'm going to stop for a while. I'm going to use the pants color, depending what's your pants color. I'm going to make 2 pants. There won't be any leg. You can't see the leg. It's going to be a long pants plus a shoe at the end. So now I'm going to make the shoe and the pants. And now I'm going to do the pants. So the pants I'm going to do in blue color. So I'm going to start off with a magic circle or magic ring. And do a 6 single crochet into the magic ring or into the ring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 single crochet. And now row 2. I'm going to do an increase row. Go to the first stitch. Going to do 1 single crochet. You do 1 single crochet on the first stitch, and we're going to do increase in the second stitch. 1, 2. This is an increase. So this is 1 set. So you're going to do 3 sets of it. Single crochet, increase, and the last set, single crochet, increase. So you should have 9 stitches in this row. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 stitches, and this is row 2. So now from row 3 until row 7, you're gonna do single crochet all around, no increase, and you will get something like this. You get something like this, and you leave a long tail. And I bring the tail all the way to the inside here because I need this to sew it onto the body. So now here you just do single crochet all around from row 3 until row 7. Then once you reach row 7, you come back and I'll show you how to do the shoe. You're gonna have a pair of shoes. So there's no leg. I'm going to sew the shoe to the pants. So there's no leg involved. Unless if you make shorts, if you make your pants short. Mine is a long pant, so I save up on doing a leg. So I'm just doing a pants. Yes. So I'll come back to you once I'm at the end of row 7. Okay, this is the last row. So I'm gonna leave a tail for sewing. I'm gonna end it this way. You bring your tapestry needle from the inside out. Then come back the front way here and make sure when you put through both loop, from the back. Here you have one loop and here you have the second one. See, 2 loops here. Then it will look as if it's even. Then you bring this all the way to the back. Let's bring it to the back. Here not too tight because you wouldn't want these pants to go in. Just like this. And I already sew one side to the one side of the pants, so now I'm going to sew the other one. I'm not going to make it move because when it moves, when it is down, it doesn't look nice. Because when it's down, it looks like this. It doesn't look nice at all. But sitting position, yes, maybe. When it's down, because this part here is kind of narrow, kind of sharp, so it doesn't look nice. Not like the leg, you know. So this is a pen, so I'm gonna make it sit like this. So how you're gonna attach this here is, already attached one side. There's no front or back to this. You just take a look and see which side you prefer, and then you just sew it on. So there's no indication that this is the front or the back of the body. So once I attach one, I'll just make sure I attach the other one just next to it like this. Okay, maybe it shouldn't be here. Oh, okay. I can turn it this way, like this. So I'll just make one stitch here. Let's see. You let it sit nicely and see where is the stitch that you're gonna make. So I'll just make one stitch here and see how it goes. Oh, like this. It will sit nicely. So this boy and the girl will be just sitting next to each other. Okay, it sits nicely. So now, once you make one stitch here, go back to the pants and make sure your needle comes out here. So like this. So if you were just to make one stitch, your leg can actually move this way or this way. But it looks kind of ugly because it looks like it's dangling. So I think it's best that you just stitch it nicely like this. I prefer to stitch than to glue. So now you go back here, you go to somewhere here. You put your needle here. From here, you're gonna make one stitch all the way here. Then you pull tight in the back. After you make a few stitches, it will stay nicely like this. So now when you're sewing this, you can actually put your finger inside here and kind of hold it. It's easier to do this when you do not have any stuffing. And make sure somewhere here, you make one stitch onto the body and all the way to the back here. There, it will sit nicely. So later we're gonna make shoes here. It looks bulky because this is not the leg, this is the pants. So when we sew the shoe, we have to be really careful that it looks as if the shoe, your pants will go on top of the shoe and not the other way around. So sometimes when we assemble, that's a critical part. Assembling is how we make the amigurumi come alive, or how we make it look kind of more to reality, and the cuteness of it. I think it all depends on how we sew it together, how we put it together. Crocheting those parts is easy. Putting it together is not really that easy because there are a lot of things you can do. So do share your complete version, how your doll would look like, in the comment section. I would love to see your version. We can exchange ideas. So from here, your needle can come out here. And you make a few more stitches just to make sure this does not dangle. See, like this, it does not dangle, does not move, it just stays nicely. I'll come back to you once I make a few more stitches. Okay, now I'm gonna do a shoe. I already have one here. Let's do the other side. There's no fixed rule as to which is the left shoe or the right shoe. It should be just the same. So I'm gonna attach it here like this. So it's sitting with the shoe facing the front like this. So when you sew the shoe, you make sure this is visible like this. So we're just going to sew onto the, should I call it the back loop, and leave this alone, so that you can see it's like when we are wearing our pants, it looks like this, right? And when we are sewing about 3/4 way, add a bit of a stuffing. We need to plump this part up, if not it will it will collapse and not look nice. You don't have to add a lot of stuffing, just a bit will do, just to plump it up. Okay, now to do the shoe, I'm going to use a darker color. I'm going to use a gray color. If you want, you can use black or just about any color for a shoe. So same thing, I'm going to start off with a magic circle. Curl it around my 2 finger. You make a cross here, turn to the back, pull up a loop, and make a knot. So once you have a knot, you do 6 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 single crochet into the magic ring. Then next row, I'm going to do, you go to that first stitch, you do 1 single crochet. But let me add my marker. You're gonna pull this tight so that you can seal this hole. So the first stitch, I'm going to do 1 single crochet, and then the next stitch, 1 single crochet. Then I'm going to do increase in the next 2 stitch. Increase means 2 single crochet into that same stitch. So this is 1 increase. This is my second increase. Then I'm going to do single crochet and single crochet. So the shoe will look like kind of oval instead of round. So you should have 8 stitches in this row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 stitches. And now row 3. Row 3, you're gonna do single crochet only on the back loop. You have 2 loops here. This is the front loop, and this is the back loop. Just do single crochet in the back loop. And let me add a marker. So I should have 8 stitches as well. Fold it inside out, fold it nicely. Then you have a shoe. And now the last row, row 4. I'm going to do, now you do on both loops, both of the loops. You're going to do 2 single crochet. So this is 1 single crochet. Let me add a marker. Oops, sorry. This is 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet. Then I'm going to do 2 decrease, or 2 together. So I'm just grab on the front loop and the front loop. I'm gonna put through 2 and put through 2. Then again another 2 together. Front loop, front loop. You put through 2, you put through 2. So this will go inwards like this, like a shoe. And then the balance 2 stitch. Oh, wait, let me see. I have balance 3 stitch. Let me see, maybe I made one mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let me do that again. So this is 1 single crochet. Let me add a marker. 2 single crochet, do a 2 together, and another 2 together. This time I got it right. Then you have 2 more stitch left. You do single crochet and single crochet, and it's gonna look like this, like a tiny shoe. So here, make sure it's a bit flat. This is the bottom of the shoe base facing us when the doll is sitting. So I'm gonna cut the yarn here, leave a bit of a tail for sewing. And the tail from the magic ring, you just hide it inside the shoe, and this way you do not need stuffing in the shoe because it's a small shoe, and by the time I push this tail in, it's quite filled up. There we have a cute pair of shoes. Hope this stays flat because it's supposed to sit down like this and you can just look at the shoe like this. Okay, now let me try to sew one of the shoe onto the pants. Oh. Okay, now for the shoe, you seriously have to take a look. You can't just simply sew because you have a front and a back. This is more to the front. This is the part where we did decrease. This is the part where we did decrease, two together. And so the shoe kind of fall in. So the shoe should be this way. And I stopped here, which means I should start sewing from the back. Okay, let me just make one stitch here from the inside here and see what happens. See whether it's in the right spot. If you think it is in the right spot, then you can continue. So make sure you have this line here to show the pants. Okay, I'm going to stitch on the back loop. This is the front loop. I'm just sewing onto the back loop. Okay, let's see, it's sitting this way. This should be the shoe. It doesn't look much now, but when you give it a pull, all this will go in nicely. Like this. So just double check and see if it's the right spot. And do add stuffing. Oops, sorry. Add a bit of stuffing. Not so much, just a bit will do. On this checking up. So long you can still sew on this back loop. Let me add a bit more here. And you feel and see if it's too much. Then you hold your doll this way. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be dangling here. I just want to make sure this is the front part. Okay, so just go back here. From the shoe you can just grab both loop, front loop and back loop, but on the pants you just sew onto the back loop. I'm not sure if you use glue will you have the same effect. You try and put it in, try and make it look very like the shoe is inside. Grab the back loop, and here I grab both loops like this, so when I pull the shoe would look nicely like this. Here again, the back loop, you wouldn't want this to be seen in front. And again on the shoe. On the shoe you can use both loop. And once you're done, hide the tail inside here to kind of plump up the shoe as well. Okay, let me just double check if this is the right side of the shoe. But anyway, we can shape it up, shape it around later on. So when you sit, you can see the shoe like this. And when you look from the top view, you can still see the shoe. And later you can plump up here the pants, because now I keep holding it, it's kind of like flat. I think this is the right spot, so I'll just continue to sew here and onto this back loop. Again on the back loop. Once you get half of it right, the rest is just stitch it. It should be fine. Push it in, because that is actually the back loop. Then you check and see if every corner is nicely sealed, or maybe you would like to add one more round of sewing. This is a time to check for holes. If you think there are holes here and there and you like to amend, you like to hide the hole, this is the time. Here it does show a bit, so no worry, we can shape it around later on. So roughly this is how I'm going to sew it, and bring the needle here so that you can hide the tail inside the shoe. So this part here, if you can just try and push it into the pants like this. Then again, this is just the back. So the front, you make it bend like this, like a shoe. So when you take photo from this angle, you can see a boy sitting this way with the shoe like this. So I'll come back to you once I have this side nicely fastened.